side of the aircraft with 3 seats. Shift at your roller bikes end to end wheels on first.
So we're going to go over the understanding your credit file, that section, the summary section. So if you could lift your papers up. I'm going to go over that section really quick.
Can I show the paper?
Yeah, sure. Here's one. Give her one. So one of the things that I want you to understand is, you have one? Okay. I went over this yesterday briefly, but I want to touch on it for the people that were not here yesterday. But the summary section of your file, there's 3 things that you actually want to understand and look at when you decide that you want to get your credit up to date. And the delinquent section, you see on this credit file, it's all zeros. You want your file to say all zeros, okay? If it doesn't say all zeros, then you need to look at your file and figure out what those delinquent accounts are. 9 times out of 10, those delinquent accounts are anything that's currently past due. So say, for example, if you pass due on your house or you pass due on your car, it'll say 30-day, 90-day, however many days you're late. And so those are the accounts that you want to get caught up on. So you want to get that first. All right. The derogatories is the next section that you want to work on. You want to find out which accounts are derogatory. And I'm going to be doing some trainings on showing you what derogatory accounts look like on your files. Okay. So that's the next section that you want to take care of. Derogatory accounts are basically collection accounts. Accounts that have been charged off. These are accounts that you actually no longer owe any debt on. And I went over that yesterday, explaining how you don't owe this debt anymore. What it's called is an unlawful debt. Okay. So derogatory accounts are accounts that have been charged off. Company has sold them, and you no longer owe them. Okay. So those are the sections you want to start. On this file, it shows actually 1, 2, and 6. All right. So we have 1 here, 2 here, and 6 in the derogatory section. So on this TransUnion file, she has 1. So we want to immediately go to that 1 on TransUnion and get it off her file as quick as possible, because it shouldn't be there. Okay. Same thing with Experience. Same thing with Equifax. Because a lot of us are first time being late on payments and stuff because we don't have a job. Okay. So for a whole 10 years, you've been a good customer. And now that this crisis is here, you're 30 days late. Okay. Then say, for example, you get back on track. Okay. 2 years don't pass, you pay them again. That 1 30-day late that you got in this crisis gonna affect your score for 7 years. It's gonna ding you for 7 years. That's how bad this thing is. You understand what I'm saying? You paying on time, you miss the payment one time, 1 30-day late, then you get back on track. That 1 30-day late gonna hold your file up for 7 years.
How many open accounts should you have?
Sell debt. Okay, so when you got your file up, make sure that it stays up to date. Anything comes from out of nowhere, bam, hit you, let's get it off. Dispute. All right. Permissible purpose. I talked about your credit file, and so permissible purpose is another thing that I'm finding out about people's credit files. Inquiries. Okay, that's 10% of your file. And so one of the things that we want to do when we're looking at that section on our credit file, look at all those inquiries and see if you actually applied for credit. Okay, collection agencies are applying for credit, and you don't know they're applying for credit. And so if you have a collection account on your file, you should not have a collection account on your file. And I'll go into the detail about this tomorrow, but no one should have a collection account on their file because it goes back to open accounts, like we discussed, and also they never extended your credit. Okay, you do not have a contract with the collection agencies. They are a third party. Okay, they have no right into your business with whoever you owe money to.
Right.
Okay, so you understand that? So it's a violation because they didn't extend your credit. Okay, and it's a violation if they report it open on your file. Okay, right. But I want to touch on the 3 levels of credit that I've actually, decided to. I tell people we've got to get away from the brainwashing and the thinking and the control of the way everything is. So when you come to the realization that you have bad credit, the first thing you want to do is learn that disputing process. And that process is, Sister Felicia is learning that process. And I'm educating her and I'm getting her trained to be able to, have workshops in the community so we can educate all people about the disputing process, because that's number one. You must learn the disputing process on your own, and you've got to understand their disputing process versus what you need to dispute.
Ladies and gentlemen, all my citizens out here in Lima, I am standing here at the workshop that was given by the hardest working woman in credit, a sister named Regina Littles from Florida, who came all out here to believe me when I tell you to provide herself as a savior. All of you guys that are struggling, can't get a cell phone, can't get a house, can't get a car. I mean, just the minimal things that our counterparts take for granted, you are in bondage. And why? Because you don't know. Why you don't know? Because you don't even realize that you are being beat down and being held hostage by the system that we run around and we are so happy to be proud of. If you have not got to this workshop, if you do not see her on the I Am Blessed Network, you better. If she's got some books, she's got books that's going to pull you out, you need to find one. If you got to borrow $20 or put some money together with your friends, you need to get one of these. This is your ticket out. This is the only way. I have seen all of it. I've been in bad credit. Still got bad credit. But believe me, this time next year at another workshop, you're going to hear something different. Sister Littles, we are glad you are in Lima. Look for her throughout the country, everybody.
Hi, I'm Ben Lawson. I had a chance to sit here and listen to Mrs. Littles tonight. The information that she imparted to us is just absolutely awesome. It's just absolutely amazing that we don't have to be victims anymore, that there is something that we really can do to dispute the inconsistencies that exist on our credit files and actually rebuild our credit. I mean, she has given us a roadmap tonight to start the pathway to making things right for ourselves, and we're excited about that. It's just been an awesome, awesome evening spending these time with her. Now we